For accurate weather forecast and live news, subscribe to our Skymet Weather YouTube channel. Press the bell icon and do not miss on any of our weather news.
Welcome to Skymet. This is the National Weather Bulletin forecast for the next 24 hours, commencing 7th of January morning. There has been plenty of weather activity going across different parts of the country. It has been a fairly active first week of January. Plenty of snowfall in the hilly region across the states, Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal and Uttarakhand. Unseasonal weather activity over the central parts, and in the down south, obviously deluge over parts of Tamil Nadu. The satellite picture, we have a look. The western disturbance is on the verge of clearance now from the northern parts, Jammu Kashmir adjoining Himachal Pradesh region. But as we know, the remnant of this system still, it causes some weather in the subsequent 24 hours also before it takes a break. The significant feature has been Arabian Sea. There is a well-marked cyclonic circulation. Though it is sparing the coastline, it's a little far away from the coast, but a lot of clouds, cluster of clouds, convective clouds, thunder clouds are seen over the Arabian Sea and Lakshadweep region also, but then it's drifting away and should be gradually weakening also. But then the clouds still persist over parts of Tamil Nadu. We have seen already heavy rainfall, Minabakam having over 100 millimeter of rainfall, 126 to be precise in the 24 hours, and then these rains are still continuing. But then we expect in these 24 hours, commencing 7th morning, they should become mild. They should reduce in intensity and the spread also. As we see the weather features responsible for this particular weather activity, the up north western disturbance, as I said, is over Jammu Kashmir region. It's clearing now. 24 hours we can expect some weather on a lesser scale over Jammu Kashmir region in terms of rain and snow, and then thereafter a break for a day or so. There has been heaviest of rainfall of this particular season and a snowfall particularly over Kashmir Valley. Complete region, Rajouri, Kupwara, Baramulla, and including Srinagar itself, Pahalgam, Gulmarg. Apart from this, they have had the heaviest of rainfall and snowfall of this season. Valley entry, Banihal, Kazigund, they had very heavy rainfall and snowfall. It resulted disruption of the traffic as such because the highways got closed because of sufficient amount of snowfall blocking these roads. The trough from the system is extending up to the circulation which is over parts of Rajasthan, and combination of this has caused a fair amount of activity over Punjab, Haryana, North Rajasthan, Delhi region. Delhi actually received rainfall for the fourth consecutive day, which is the record in the month of January. Having such a long spell is not seen easily, it's not very common. Rather, in the recent past, it is unprecedented. The parts of Rajasthan, it's confined only to North and East Rajasthan region. West Rajasthan generally remained free from any significant weather activity. It has percolated trough down to Gujarat, wherein the temperatures have dropped again. Possibly we can expect some cold wave conditions. Temperatures possibly going down to 10 degree or possibly single digit also, some places, especially Kutch and adjacent interior parts of Saurashtra. Anticyclone is remain pushed from its normal position far to the east, and then convergence of these winds with these streams from Arabian Sea is causing some unseasonal weather activity, which presently is from parts of Maharashtra and then extending to even Karnataka also. Over Maharashtra, it should be mostly confined to Madhya Maharashtra and Marathwada region. Right from Sangli, Satara, Kolhapur, Sholapur, extending up to Pune, and then over parts of Marathwada, including Jalna, Osmanabad, Latur, and then over north up to Dhule, Aurangabad will be affected with this. Least affected will be extreme eastern parts of Vidarbha like Gondia, Chandrapur and even up to Nagpur. They possibly may not get affected, but then some parts, Akola, Amravati and all, they will have some rainfall activity. There could be some thunderstorm activity over these parts and accompanied with some hail at few places. It is quite a possibility. Similarly, parts of Karnataka, north interior Karnataka more than the south interior Karnataka, starting with Chikmagalur and then going up to Chitradurg, Chikmagalur and Dharwad, Gadag, Gulbarga. These are the places they watch out for some thunderstorm, thundershower activity, which is very, very unseasonal. At this point of time, these places are generally dry. They do not have any significant weather activity. So it's going to be unseasonal and extending for next about 2 days also. 2-3 days, so we can expect this along north interior Karnataka, southern parts also, Chamarajanagar, Hassan, Bangalore, they can also expect some light rainfall activity. Kerala is going to be the focus of this particular activity in these 24 hours. Could be heavy rainfall starting with Alappuzha, Punalur and then covering almost entire belt of Kochi, Thrissur, going up to Kannur, and then even the northern parts, Kottayam region also can expect some heavy rainfall. More heavy on the southern half of the coastal state than the northern half. The rains are going to ease out a little from Tamil Nadu, which has already had a deluge for the last about 5 days, recording this 2 decades old rainfall record of Chennai is broken. It has already exceeded about 150 millimeter of rainfall in these first few days of January itself, and more in the offing. So possibly it is inching towards an all-time record which happened sometime in 1915 or so. We should be possibly reaching that. It's a possibility. Little breather over eastern and northeast India. Very light weather has been there. Light drizzle has been there of some parts of Bihar and Jharkhand, Patna, Gaya, Bhagalpur, Purnia, and similarly Jharkhand area, Ranchi and Jamshedpur, Bokaro, they had some light rainfall activity. Clouds are still there, as we saw in the satellite picture. It still remains a possibility, but no extreme weather expected over these areas. And so is northeast India, though there is a cyclonic circulation over Bangladesh, mostly a dry feature, and then light activity could remain confined to some parts of Arunachal Pradesh. That too in the terms of some light to just about moderate at some places, nothing more than that. So this is the weather brief from Skymet for these 24 hours. Keep watching for further and latest information on weather front. Thank you.
Keep your family healthy by downloading Skymet AQI app and tracking air pollution of your location in real time.